You can stream us on all platforms, including Google, Spotify, etc., etc. Welcome to the Tony Michael Show podcast. You're about to step into my world.
Here is Tony Michael!
Tony Michaels! It's just who I am. I don't walk in the studio and say I work with all these artists. This is me.
I think, a lot of times networks, they pick a token. You know what I'm saying? Whether it's white, black, or whatever, they pick a token. And that's what I think they run with. And they'll force feed it till we don't want to see it anymore. That's how it is. You know what I'm saying? Like
the AMAs.
Yes.
I looked at that and you would think there's no music with black artists out there. Period.
Right.
I was just like, okay, y'all got to get off of this. We got to get beyond. We keep. Yeah. What happens is when everybody starts making fuss about it, they go and fix it for a second. Then you have a whole year of everybody black, and then it's overdone.
Exactly.
Right. And then they turn around like the Oscars are doing this year.
Of course.
Ain't nobody recognize nobody. I said no black
Who
fans. I couldn't believe the Golden Globes. When I watched the Golden Globes, I said, you telling me
there's nobody you can nominate?
There ain't no black movies or TV shows or film, anything out there, and y'all got Eddie Murphy. That's why
Eddie Murphy wasn't nominated.
Eddie Murphy wasn't nominated, and I was like, he's sitting here like
Jamie Foxx.
and look, if they don't get past it, because this is what they did. They hired that black woman to run Oscars. She's just a shield.
A political shit.
She's just a shield.
Absolutely.
So I just was like, okay, this is not happening. So
right.
But
exactly.
I just wanted to say, I just thought, going back to that again, people don't know people don't know what black women in Hollywood go through.
Right.
And as far as I was concerned, I was like, there's no way Porscha should be off the show. And then they canceled that.
And they can't. That's why I said.
And that's what they need. I was like, karma. You read what you saw. It didn't work. So her saying your look is going to cancel a show. Guess what? What y'all did, cancel the whole thing and move on, because now they still don't even got that company don't have no show.
They folded. I mean, the company took the show, they sold it to somebody else, and the whole thing tanked.
See?
I'm talking about even like
the
president of it had to move from his place, like everything just crumpled and it was
can't do that.
And that's what happens. But it was a blessing in disguise for me because I was already acting, I was already in the studio doing different stuff, and in a sense it halted a lot of that stuff because I couldn't go to as many auditions.
Because it was every day it was live.
Every morning, even though we got done by let's say 9 a.m. If I had a casting in the top of the morning, or if I had to study sides the night before, it just put a wrench in a lot of stuff. So it's kind of like, what, I love hosting. I feel like I can always go back to it if I want, but I'd rather be in movies, films, and touring around the world with the song. You know what I'm saying? So it just put me back to where I should have really been.
But it was great seeing you on there.
Thank you.
I want to talk about this since you said this. You said you finished. You have in the can already a film with Eddie Murphy. I'm not Eddie Murphy. I'm sorry, Jimmy Foxx.
Yes. Yes, I have a couple projects, like I said, that haven't aired. Good Girls on NBC, and then this movie with Jamie Foxx.
Wait a minute, because I watch Good Girls. Is that
it's really good. Christina Hendricks, yes.
I love it. That's my show.
It's so good.
That's my show, because I watch Good Moms on there, and Netflix got Working Girls.
Working Girls, yeah.
Good Moms is the one with the black girl on it, and with the kids.
Good Girls, like they look like your token, just like nice little housewives. They robbing, they killing, they doing all kind of stuff.
So you on this Sunday?
Yeah, I did 2 episodes. No, this Sunday is when it actually premieres, the actual new season. Okay. So I'm going to be in there. I've already done 2 episodes so far, and it was only supposed to be 1. Then I got a call, hey, I'm doing a second one. So again, it's open-ended, and it's probably going to be a show that I end up going back to. It's like, you just never know what sticks in LA. You know what I'm saying? Or in Hollywood. I
always tell people, I was telling Othan, I think I told G. Madison, he was here earlier.
Yeah, okay.
I told him, I said, and I've told Cross this, I said, the way that you conduct yourself when you're on jobs, the professionalism,
1,000%.
And the courtesy and the manners that you've learned, be like that. And no matter what, people are watching that. I can tell you to this day, people still call me and say, "Hey, Tony, you did this job right. Can you do it?" I said it's a relationship type of thing. So that's great.
Oh, all of Hollywood are relationships. People really think it's about like, oh my gosh, my resume matters. No, your resume doesn't matter. And this is like my slogan. I want to like put on a T-shirt. It's not what you know. It's not who you know. It's who knows you.
Who knows?
And at the end of the day, I don't care. You know what I'm saying?
That's good. It's
who knows you, because I could sit here all day long and say, oh my God, I know Jamie Foxx, or I know Busta Rhymes, or I know, Will Smith. But it's like, unless Will says, oh, hey, Porscha, I know you, or I can bring you in on something, we don't know each other.
I tell people all the time, I was like, because I have Cross lives with me Sunday through Thursday, so I have 50-50 custody. I don't have visitation custody.
Gotcha.
So in order to do that, though, you have to get a job.
You do?
They have to find out about a job. So I got
So you had to get
I worked like 4 blocks away.
You had to get a job.
Because they were like, we were in court and they were like, we were doing the paperwork.
Yeah.
And the attorneys were like, No, what is the mediator?
The mediator. Where do you
said,
work?
Yeah, she said, well, where you work at? I said, well, I just rapped with Beyonce, and what are you saying? I said, I'm a choreographer, so I do film and TV.
Yeah.
No, but do you have? Where are you working tomorrow?
That's so.
I said, I don't know.
I'm
not working tomorrow. She was like, so are you saying that you're unemployed? I was like.
Well, see, listen, what happened was that ain't how you look at it.
Right.
Because someone's going to come in.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah, we are. We get them jobs and then we're unemployed again.
1,000%.
And then she said, well, we've got to figure out, you have to get a job if you want custody. If you want 50-50. So that's 50 physical and legal.
And legal custody.
Not visitation or anything. And then y'all split it down the middle. So I was like, okay, so I got a job at the paint store.
Right.
So I'll be at the paint store 5 blocks away.
Nice.
I'll be at the paint store. I'm working. They'll be like, Tony, why don't you call Will Smith for something? I was like, huh? Like I told them about CrossFit and Thursday Night Usher. They were like, why didn't you give your resume to Usher? I was like, Usher already got his choreographers. I said, listen,
it don't work that way.
It don't work that way.
It does not.
I said, for people that just want to hang out with celebrities and be like groupies and all of that crazy stuff, I said, for professional people that, you know them, you've been around them, you hung around them, you work with them. I said, but you got to keep doing your thing. They'll come to you 1,000%. Or you'll run across their path again.
I tell people that all the time because people just think, they see the facade. They say, oh my God, you're hanging out with so-and-so, you're hanging out with this. I said,
because you know everything. You've been around with everybody.
These are friends of mine though, and I respect people's crafts enough to where it's like, so what, certain artists or certain entertainers, I'm not gonna call and be like, yo, can I get a favor? You know what I'm saying? I know you do this. Can you just do this over here for me? It's kind of like after a while they look at you like, wow, you don't respect what I do, and that's not cool. So I'm always someone's friend first because at the end of the day, we're all humans. We all wake up the same. We all go to sleep the same. We all pay the same bills, whether they're higher or they're lower.
That's right.
We all got a responsibility to the system in a sense. So we're all equal. You know what I'm saying? Just because someone makes more or less, it means nothing. So you always want to utilize your relationships the right way. If you're going to call in for a favor, it better be something that you know that makes sense. Like, hey, can you do me a favor? I need you to do this because I'm already gotten here. I remember this just happened literally a couple weeks ago to me, and I thought about it, and my first mind said, no, don't do it. A commercial came up, and it was for like an NBA commercial for, I think, like Powerade or something like that. So I went out for a first call. I'm like, ooh, this is dope. Go out for a second call. So while we're there, it actually says the celebrity that you're going to be in the commercial with. And I'm like, oh my God, I know this person. Oh my God, I know them. In my head, I'm like, okay, I know them, but I'm already at the callback, so I already think I did a good job, so I'm not going to call them. I'm just going to surprise them on set. So a day goes by, and they're like, okay, you're on hold for it. I'm like, oh, I'm about to get it. Friday comes, didn't hear nothing. I'm like, it's okay. Monday comes, oh, I'm so sorry, you're released from your veil. You didn't get it. And I'm like, crap. I'm like, wait. So I didn't call the person that I knew because I was thinking it was going to swing my way because I was like trying to surprise them and just have it be like, look at us, I got it on my own. When 2 weeks later, I called the celeb and was like, and out of nowhere, he reached out to me. Even though we've always been cool, he reached out to, hey, just checking on you, how you been? I'm like, good. I was just up for a commercial to be in with you. And I was like, oh, I was on a veil, but it didn't go through. And he said, why didn't you just call me? Yeah. I said, well, what do you mean? Like, I mean, you weren't hiring for it. He's like, you realize who I am, right? I could, if I said it should have been you, it would have been you. He had no idea what was going on with casting because he's just the actor in the commercial.
Sometimes you have to pull that.
Sometimes you have to pull it. That could have been it, but I'm like, but it's a commercial. I didn't know, and I was like, oh, I don't want to be like that girl. Put it in for me, and I was like, and I was already on a veil for it, so that's like 90% yours.
But you know what, Porsche? The next time, this is what you do.
Yeah.
Just a little
okay.
So I would have just called and say, hey, what's up, man? What's going on? Blah, blah, blah. Talk to him and say, look, I'm up for a commercial. I'm on a veil right now for the same commercial you're doing.
Yeah.
Just like that.
Totally.
That way, if you just just say that. I'm on a veil for like that. And then
totally.
Like, well, you just about to do read this commercial. You talking about whatever commercial.
Absolutely.
Like, girl, let me call them. Hold on, I got you. Because they know. And sometimes they're looking for that because they want to reach out. Because I'm going to tell you something. A lot of times when you be on sets and stuff and you don't see you, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Or you don't see everybody else is running behind it. Yeah. Like, where are the people?
Yeah. Right. Because when I looked at the commercial, again, it had nothing to do with me because they ended up going with a 50-year-old white guy. It was a reporter in a commercial where it's like, I'm asking him this question. So I was like, oh, wow. And he's like, are you kidding me? I would have loved to have you over the guy that they chose. He was some news anchor, I think, in Dallas or something like that. So again, I don't know if it was a favor. It was a guy who auditioned, but they said we may as well go with a real news anchor on a TV show. So, okay, I get it. No problem. From somewhere else, and it was, again, And I didn't feel bad because I'm like, okay, at least I didn't get beat out to another girl who looked like me.
Right.
So I didn't lose the job, but it just came down to, well, if we're going to get a reporter, why don't we get someone that is on the Dallas show over here?
Right.
But he was low-key mad at me that I didn't even call him to be like, yo, I'm up for this commercial, so why don't you put in a good word? And I don't like doing that,
but listen,
you know?
You don't have to do that. You see what I just did?
But the way you said it was perfect.
It's perfect. I'm on the video for a commercial. I'm excited about it. Man.
Yeah.
That's it. Just leave it like that.
So simple.
Girl, it's just simple. It doesn't seem like it's
totally.
Like you're going to be a favor, do a favor.
Because he would have done it on his own rather than me asking him to do that.
I was just telling him a story about Othan. I was telling him about a story, not with Othan, but I was telling them about a Will Smith story.
Okay.
And I was talking about a dance thing I wanted, and I was at Dwayne Martin's house, and Dwayne Martin was like, well, Tony, do you want to do the video? I could, I'll talk to Will. Oh. But it was Fatima that was choreographing. And then Dwayne asked me, because they called me back. And I was like, they called me back?
We're like, what?
Call back from Fatima. I don't work with Fatima.
Fatima works on her own.
Yeah, I was like, she's not going to, I was auditioning, not choreographing.
Oh, got you.
And so I was like, Fatima called me. They was like, she requested you. It's only 25 guys going back and 25 girls. They want 20 of each.
Oh, Lord. Okay.
So I said, okay. That don't sound right. Fatima added said she specifically said
Fatima, you're like, huh?
So I was like, okay, something's not right. So then when I heard the phone, I told him. He was like, well, do you want me to talk to Will? He said, Tony, we know you're a dope dancer. You can do everything. So we know. He said, but if you really think she gonna not give it to you and you would like to do it. But he asked me this. He said, hey, do you really want to be a part of that? Do you think that you'd be treated fair? Do you think you'd enjoy doing the job?
What it is.
And when he said that, I said, you know what? I don't quite know. Sometimes, sometimes we want something that we shouldn't even be a part of.
That we shouldn't even want. That's
right.
right.
And I was like, okay. And sure enough, I go back. And she said, everybody that called names step out. So she calls all the names. And she said, okay, now we're thinking that the people that she called, they're leaving. Not knowing how many dancers she won, right?
Got
so
you.
She calls everybody out, right? And it's 5 of us left here, 5 that she called out. She said, okay, everybody else, thanks for coming. It was 5 of us, and I was in that line of 5 nobodies. Wow. She said, let's get to work. She would always do stuff like that.
Of course. Yeah, she loved to reverse it just to shock people. Yeah, I know. There was some interesting experience.
And I told what I told Dwayne was, I said, Dwayne, she cut me. I said, Dwayne, you know what? You made me think of something that I never thought about. I said, it's not always one. You want to be a part of something because I was looking at Will, and I know Will outside of this. It would be fun to do something with him.
Of course.
I hadn't did nothing with him. My kid go to school with him. With his kids. And all of this stuff. And then I said, but I probably would have had a horrible time. I probably would have been standing in the back the whole time. I probably wouldn't have got put on anything. So
certain stuff, like you said, even though you can politic to get, do you really want it? And that's the thing. It's like you just got to pick your battles. But at the end of the day, as long as your reputation is good, as long as people respect you, as long as you go in with a positive attitude, and it's about your energy and your vibe. Because so many times I've seen it where directors or cast directors will be like, oh no, I don't like them. Their energy is horrible. Yeah. Has nothing to do with their talent. They could be the most talented person that's in the lineup, but they're like, their personality, no, I don't like them. Next, and you're like, dang, like talent now is not as important as who you know and your attitude, your vibe, and your professionalism.
Right. True. So you got Good Girls coming. So
yes, Good Girls coming up,
and then you got you can't tell
music.
Me the name of the,
it's it's called All Star Weekend. So we shot it like a while ago, and they put it on hold because Jamie was doing
the movie.
He did several movies like in between, not just Mercy. It was some before them when I think he did. It was 2 other big ones that he was doing because he always has a movie in the can. He stays working. Yep. So I know at one point we had to do reshoots, everything. Like I said, Corinne Fox, of course, beat Shazam. Congrats to Fox, just got renewed for season 4.
It's so good,
man. It's so cute just to see him because that's perfect for him. Music. I mean, he's one of the most talented people on the planet. I just being his friend is one thing, but just seeing his talent is so amazing. Like, who can do comedy and stand up like he can and do a drama and do a song and then all of a sudden come and flip it to you and give you, Wanda. Like, he's so versatile as an artist. I love it.
So we know we're going to talk about that movie. So she got that
All-Star Weekend, yes.
We don't know when it's coming out.
Yeah, it's a basketball movie,
but
so probably next year.
Who was trying to do that in the 80s and the 90s?
Who?
Eddie.
Right.
Because Eddie can blow. Eddie Murphy can blow.
Party all the time.
Yes. What's up? Yes. What's up? What's up?
Yeah,
right. That's Michael Jackson to him. What's up?
Of course. So, but they shut that down. Like, do you really think that they were helping him promote his music in a sense? Mm-hmm. I don't think they wanted to see him as an artist.
No, they didn't want. Well, I'm gonna tell you what it is. Back at that time, nobody was doing what all the artists do now.
No,
it just was a crossover. The TV actors the film actors never wanted to do TV.
No,
and the
TV
actors
never wanted to do film.
Yeah, the thing that I think the new age, modern kind of Renaissance man who I got a lot of respect for is Reese Alba. He's not afraid to step out of his comfort
I like
zone.
it. He loves DJing.
You know, he's a DJ. He was a real DJ.
That's the thing, though. Like, he DJ'd at a club that I worked at.
Oh,
and
nice.
You'll have Joe Blow DJ show up 30 minutes late. He was 30 minutes
early.
And I respected his work ethic from that moment.
Right.
He earned my respect past the acting.
Yeah.
And the fact that he's not afraid to be uncomfortable. And not afraid, because he knows he's always going to get ridiculed when he does something new.
Of course. So many artists.
He killed it. I read a story about him, and I found out that when he first came to New York, that was his hustle. He was hustling. DJ. That's how he became so good at it.
Right.
I don't know if you guys know, he has a show on Netflix. And
about
DJing.
Oh, no, I didn't know that.
It's called I forgot what's the name of it.
Okay.
Huh? I forget some funny name. Yeah, it's about DJing.
Wow.
So that's how he wound up DJing Prince Harry's wedding.
In the wedding. Gotcha.
He is a real
he's a real
DJ.
I've been at places
so he
and
talked
saw
about
him
how
do
that
it.
was his hustle or whatever.
Yeah.
But I think with Eddie Murphy, I think that what happened was they weren't ready to receive that he could do this and do that. I said until he did Dreamgirls, they was like, whoa, because remember he was singing in Dreamgirls. He still wasn't singing what he can do.
Of course.
And I think now
it's acceptable now because nowadays when it comes to record sales being what they are, movie sales, I mean, just imagine right now if The Rock tried to release a song, it probably would just go double platinum because he has over 100 million followers on Instagram and everybody sees him as The Rock and this entity. He went from being a wrestler to being an actor to being a producer and starring in movies that are beyond measure. Right. Fast and the Furious
so
and all
it's
this,
just accepted more across the board.
Exactly.
But we talking about music, your music.
Yes. I'm so excited.
I know you always recording, you always releasing
always.
Something, doing something.
No, you know what? It's more so like I think recording is always a good thing to do because you never know what's going to be the right song. And as an artist, it's like so many people take a song like, well, I don't know, I'll record one song a year. And it's kind of like, and even now, I'm getting more into the habit of just recording songs, even if I love it or hate it in the beginning. Mm-hmm. Because a lot of songs that I didn't really care for, everybody else loved. And I'm like, oh, maybe I was wrong. And other songs that I loved, it's kind of like, people are like, that's okay. So you can't be your own worst enemy and stay in your way, which is the thing with music.
You know what? Most of the time, which is good.
Yeah.
Most of the times, if you ever listen to people talk about stories about music, some of the number one hits, some of the biggest hits they ever had, it was the last song.
It was the last song they did, the song they never should have recorded, the song that wasn't supposed to be theirs.
Or passed over.
That
was bigger than
so many songs. So many songs.
You know, Whitney didn't want to do I Will
Always Love You. She's like, it's the Dolly Parton song. She didn't want it. One Sweet Day I found out was supposed to be, I think, just Mariah and Wanye, and then they put all the guys on it, ended up breaking all kind of records. And it was the longest running like number one song, like R&B song, until Lil Nas X's song came out and broke that chart. Now look at that song. That song was charting on country charts, and they said, no, you're not. They took it off the charts.
What you think that was?
But politics. Come on now. But then Billy Ray Cyrus said, wait a minute, let me get on it.
Props to him.
Boom.
Because, can we go back? They had him on country music and they pulled him off.
Of course.
Where are we back to?
Yeah.
Racism
same
again.
Thing. Yeah.
How are you going to say it's not country?
It wasn't country enough.
Billy Ray Cyrus jumped on in and said, this country.
He said it's country.
I don't know if you know.
But you put Post Malone in hip hop.
But you'll put And what's really crazy is that, did you know Kane Brown is black?
Oh, I know he's black.
Yo,
he's so cute. He's so cute. I know he's engaged
black.
or something like that.
As soon as I saw Kane Brown, I was like, cross look.
What is
I
he?
said, cross look. No, I was like, cross. This dude is black. He's like, Daddy, he's black. But he kind of look white. I said, cross, he's black. Look at his lips.
He's black.
Look at his hair.
His head
look
shape.
At everything. I said, that boy is black.
Yeah.
But they don't even talk about
it. But The Rock is black. Vin Diesel is black. I've been fighting. This is so funny. Even my own brother's like, I don't think he black. I'm like, John, look at his head. That chrome right there. Vin Diesel. Both of them are mixed. But he had a daughter, and if you look at his daughter, she clearly looked black. I'm like, so.
Well, you know what? With Vin Diesel, what they tried to do was, back in the day where they were saying that black actors could be action heroes.
Yes.
And so what Vin did was say, okay, I'm not gonna play the black.
I'm not gonna play the black.
I'm not gonna tell y'all. Let's just do
what
this
I
job.
am.
And they were like, half of them was like, okay, he kind of look white. Anyway.
Exactly.
What is
couldn't
he?
tell.
But he created.
We already know what it is.
Fast and Furious.
There was an era where the racially ambiguous person was the go-to person.
But now, when I tell you now, it's like black is in. I hate to just sound funny.
It is.
Black is so in because now you see girls that are like, mixed girls or light skinned girls. Like, I don't know. They just don't. They're not hiring me. Like, there's been jobs that I went into recently where it's like, I was almost told like, you ain't black enough. Like they want like Lupita Nyong'o. They want like it to look like, okay, no, you are. I mean, I'm African.
A lot of times, the problem with black being in is that what they're doing is that across the board they're trying to do. Let's get our token. Let's get our gay guy. Let's get our
gotta get our Asian.
Female, we gotta get our Asian in there.
Or Hispanic.
And
exactly.
the problem with that is that if we start watching it, it starts running out. And before you know it again, black people are like, hey man, hold up. We still here.
Yeah.
You know, and that's what I keep saying. I'm like, okay. I said, and then what I do is I'll say, Cross does this now. Cross will watch something and he'll say, ain't no black folks on there, Daddy. I said, it's so interesting to me that you see that. He said, because I'll be looking for me.
Right. The representation matters. It does. It matters. And for everybody, it does matter. Yeah.
One of the most amazing clips that I've seen recently was when the Black Panther movie came out, and you had two kids outside of the movie theater pointing at everybody on the thing saying which one they were.
Oh, it was,
A lot of people don't understand what it is to not be able to do that.
Right.
Yeah. That's why the representation is so powerful.
Yeah.
That's why I love when I see strong female leads.
I love it.
To see strong multiple ethnicities.
Right.
Like, yes, I want to see black people, but guess what? There's a little
so
Asian
many.
kid somewhere.
It's true.
Crazy Rich Asians was one of my favorite movies.
I want to see him. You know, so
it's true. It's true.
Yeah.
You know what I love too?
Yeah.
That's very true. Lee. That's very true. I watched on Netflix because you don't hardly see that many Asian romantic comedies.
Yeah. You talking about Awkwafina?
No, not the Awkwafina.
Not her. Okay, she's so funny. I love her.
It's called Always Be My Maybe.
Always Be My Maybe.
If you haven't watched that.
Oh, it's a love story. It's a romantic love story. I haven't seen it.
He's
hot, FYI. Oh, no, I know the poster you're talking about because he was in
he is a hip hop. He's an Asian hip hop cat from San Francisco, and she is a hip hop. She turns out to be a famous cook. She's a famous chef. She becomes really famous. He's a hip hop head, but they're Asian, and they kind of go through the different. Yeah. And this is what I think is so crazy. Why would you think that in every single ethnicity that there is love, that there is romantic comedy, there is comedy? For you to think that love is only this way and it's the most beautiful way. You got all these people in the world that look like
so many
people. When I watched that show, I said, I watched it like 5 times, y'all. Yeah. That's how good it is.
Well, I'm just happy now that, like I said, even though it's like a positive and negative, but I think it reads on more the positive side. There are so many channels and networks now that I can't even keep up. There are friends that I hear that are on TV shows. And I'm like, what show are you on? And they're like, oh, I got a show on Hulu. I got a show on Netflix. Oh, I got a show on Amazon Prime. Like, there's so many shows now. The opportunities are amazing, which is great.
Check out the new movie that's going to be coming out soon with her and Jamie
Foxx. Hopefully that comes out soon. And of course, like I said, so excited about the music. Like I said, stuff is moving full swing right now, and I'm super excited. And I just can't wait for you guys to hear it. You already know.
I can't wait
I'm about to bring you up and be like, hey, listen, what you think about this?
I'm going to be like, hey. I'm always like, Porscha won't hear from me for a year. And I'll be like, where you at, Porscha? What they did? What's going on?
But social media, though, I do love that because with Instagram and Facebook and social media, you get to see people. You might not see them in person a lot, but I know when I see you post, I'm like, he's good. He's posting something. He's showing, oh, you and Cross are so adorable. I love to see the daddy side of you. No different than how, like, I always got to say it, rest in peace, Kobe. Love you so much. The daddy side that we saw him as a beast in mama mode on the court, and then a beast as a father. It's like, it's so beautiful because I do think, again, society doesn't like to show black men as being great fathers and being representatives, and it's so good, to see you guys.
I just want to say I never got a chance to tell her personally.
Yes.
But I'm sorry.
Thank you.
Is it about 7 months?
Thank you. Yeah, he passed away. It's almost close to a year now. Yes, it was May 29th. So it's like time flies.
I sent a picture. She posted a picture of her and her dad. Yeah. Her laying on her dad's chest.
Oh, I was like a couple weeks old.
I sent her a picture. What I did was when it becomes real personal, I don't mess with social media. I literally sent it to her phone.
He texted me directly. Yeah.
And I said, Porscha, I'm here for you. If you need anything, keep you up in my prayers. And I said, Porscha, look at this picture. And it was a picture of me and Cross.
Of him and his son, right?
And
it was so cute.
It was so. I just love that you sent this to me. It made me feel better. But I know how much you love me.
Yeah, it was so amazing how many calls and texts and everything. Because it's like a lot of people, feel like social media is used for attention, but a lot of times it's used for consoling. It's good for therapy. It's good for a lot of things because you never know what someone is going through in the time.
Until you see it.
Because let's be real, people. what everybody posts is not always peaches and cream.
That's right.
We're going to take your best pictures. You're going to filter them and Photoshop and everything is great in my life. And then you have people that are secretly in their bedroom crying because they're not getting enough likes or they're not being accepted. So I felt like even in the moment, I was just writing it at the time that it happened. And I got so many calls and messages. But I appreciate that because that text was so beautiful. And you are an amazing father. And I love seeing you two together. And it's like, that's gold.
I got to have Porscha on again, y'all. I told y'all. We don't want to do the show. When I get picked up, she's my co-host. We'll be co-host or something.
That's right.
She's going to do something.
We go.
We be boom, boom, boom.
We
anyway,
go.
Porscha Coleman out. Thank y'all so much. Give it up to Porscha Coleman.
Hey, give me some music.
Y'all know the girl can dance too. She can dance too.
You can stream us on all platforms, including Google, Spotify, etc. Welcome to the Tony Michael Show podcast.